Well, hey everybody, I am in Fayetteville, North Carolina this week. It's a city of about 200,000 people, but most notably it is the home of Fort Bragg, which is one of the largest active duty military bases in the United States, named after Braxton Bragg, a Confederate general, not one of their better generals, but he did get a fort named after him. And Fort Bragg is home among most notable units that called this their home: the 82nd Airborne Division, the 75th Rangers, and U.S. Special Operations Command. There are other units here as well. I've gotten to meet a lot of the kids of a lot of those active duty soldiers this week. And so with that in mind, with Fort Bragg and the 82nd Airborne and the renown that that unit has here in the United States military, my question for this week is the following. Of all of the units throughout history that you've learned about, military units, whether they be all the way to ancient times, all the way up to modern times, what unit do you enjoy learning the most about, or that you admire the most, or that you just really like, and just one of those units that you just love to talk about and love to learn about? For me, there's a couple I want to mention. The 101st Airborne Division, which is based up in Kentucky, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I love, like many of you, the story of Band of Brothers and what those men accomplished at Bastogne and in other places at Normandy during World War II. And so that's been one of those units I've always just really enjoyed reading about and studying and learning more about. And I'll talk about another one in the Battle of Gettysburg, the 1st Minnesota Regiment. And I've shared a little bit of their story in one of my videos when I was at the Gettysburg battlefield. The 1st Minnesota Regiment, about 250 men, who were asked by their corps commander to charge into 2 full Confederate brigades to stop an advance and plug a hole in the Union Center on July 2nd at Gettysburg. They lost over 80% casualties during the battle, most of which took place that afternoon of July 2nd, and I just really deeply admire what they went through, what their commander, William Colville, led them into, knowing it was probably certain death for many of them, but they charged nonetheless and helped turn the tide of the battle at Gettysburg. So I'd love to hear from you. It doesn't have to be, I mention American units because I'm an American. I know many of you are not, but I would love to hear, what units are you passionate about? Do you love to learn about? Do you love to hear more about? I'm going to be in Dallas, Texas next week. I'm going to visit the sites associated with the Kennedy assassination. I have some videos I'm going to be posting from my visit to a couple of famous cemeteries in St. Louis last week. And I will have my desktop computer with me in Dallas, so you can expect to see some more gaming videos coming in the next few days. And as always, I welcome any and all input that you have. If you'd hit thumbs up on these videos and subscribe if you haven't already, I'd appreciate that. And we'll see you next week from Dallas.